Alright. Alright. Hey everyone, so today I have a special guest. Her name is, of course, Abby. I'm like, she's like the only special guest I have on my channel.
Okay.
She's the only one who knows. Alright, so today we're going to be reviewing Eleanor Park. Yeah, today we'll be reviewing Eleanor Park by, how do you say her name? Because I don't know what to say her name.
Rainbow Rowell, is it?
Rowell? Okay, so like, who she said. I read this book back a long time ago. She just finished it, yeah. So the book is about...
Hey, you're with good memory.
Oh, yeah. So the book is about two kids who meet, who are in like middle school, right? Okay, so it's about two kids who are in high school who meet who first meet on a school bus, yeah. Mm-hmm. And like at first they don't talk to each other, but even throughout the story and stuff, they start to get to know each other, and eventually like that turns to something else. And yeah, and then there's like a lot of family problems, school problems, school bullying, music. How do you feel about the book?
Trying to change it. Wait, what's her name?
Eleanor.
She could be kind of annoying, but then she has her parts that makes her different.
She has these parts like I could relate to her in like a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And like her family dynamics, I wouldn't say she has a big family, but she has brothers and sisters that she takes care of, and she doesn't like the guy. She's the guy that her mom married because he's very abusive. You read the part?
It was, yeah, like towards the end, I was like, you know, the nose, like.
Yeah. Oh my god.
On that textbook, you remember those?
Yeah.
Like,
hold on.
What was it? Do you remember? Here.
Everything that was written in the book.
Has exist.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you're smart enough, like, you'll figure it out, but it took me like, I thought it was someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't expect that,
like,
but
I thought it was like those girls.
I thought it was just hate.
Yeah. And like, you find out that it's like, oh.
It's not what you think it is.
Yeah.
It's not bullying, basically.
It is bullying.
Kind of. Not really. He's just... I'm not gonna ruin it.
Yeah, I mean... So far, Eleanor was an okay character. Like, you know, you love her at one point, then you hate her at the other. And sometimes you just get really frustrated for her.
Sometimes she has good arguments, and I like that argument of Shakespeare, the Romeo
and Juliet. Like, two stupid kid kill themselves because their parents say they can't be together.
Was it true love? Are you sure? Just idiots. You know, basically that. I think the teacher called them, what's his name, Park? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Park they had at it, and you see both sides.
Yeah.
Their opinion.
And like, you know, if they love each other, why was he was like so in love with this other girl, and then he saw her and fell in love with her. So was it because he loved her because of her looks, or he loved her because they have a connection? I don't know. I just have a problem with Shakespeare. I just don't like Shakespeare. But we start over and we'll be the same.
Not sure, whatever.
Anyway, so what about Park?
Park. Oh, cute.
So cute.
Yeah, okay, you go for it.
I thought it was cute. I love that point where like he noticed her reading the comics, and he like slow down for her, like wait till she's finished and then flip the page, and then eventually they start reading together, and then he gives her the comic to read. Like they don't talk, he just gives it to her and she just takes it, and then like that point where like the music, the batteries.
Oh, my favorite part, I guess, it could be that where he like makes it's a cassette, right?
Yeah, it's cassettes.
Yeah,
back in the day.
Back to say, yeah. So he makes his own cassette of all the songs. Like she, like I think in her notebook or somewhere, like she has like different names of Smiths or something like that. I don't know. That's the only one I know. And basically, he like gives her the opportunity to actually listen to the songs, and she likes them. That's my favorite part.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then like her meeting her parents and stuff. I felt like her mom was a little judgmental. I mean, not her mom. His mom was a little judgmental. But then at least she went out of her way to like get to know Eleanor and try to like relate to Eleanor in a way.
But first, describe Eleanor.
Eleanor is
why people avoided her in general. Why? Basically,
she dressed weird. Yeah, she dressed like a man. Basically, she dressed weird. Like she would have like handkerchief like all over the place. It sounds weird.
I think her dressing was weird. I thought it was pretty cool. It was unique.
Yeah, it was
made
unique
her own clothes.
Because they're poor and she needs to do what she can. But the main thing is like she's poor, She
she
dressed
she
weird.
stood out not just because she dressed, because she was chubbier. She had red hair and
Bright red hair.
yeah, really. I guess to describe it, really red.
Like, I can't be red. I was kidding.
Basically, she stood out, and people just the moment they saw her, they didn't like her.
But like, they don't like anyone either. She was different, and like, people they didn't like new people. And like, when she first got on the bus, like, no one wanted her to sit next to him, and like, guess Park didn't want either. She was just standing right in front of him, so he like had to let her sit down. So like, he moved his backpack, and she sat down, and they just didn't talk. And I felt like their love. How would you describe their love?
I don't think they actually really mentioned that they were together, but
it just happened
step by step. It
Yeah,
just
like,
kind of built and
because they started. It just like their love just happened. It wasn't like, oh, he asked her out and then they made out. Did they make out?
yes, it did.
Yeah.
Between I think his house and somebody else's house.
Oh, like
Something like that.
the bush.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyways, yeah. So what was I talking about?
Yes, they made out. There was kisses and
Before
stuff.
that.
What?
Not that. Before that, like, yes, they weren't meant to fall in love. Like, they didn't plan to like date each other. They just became friends, and they started developing feelings for each other. It's like,
Well, it started by everything just started kind of
slowly,
slow,
right?
Yeah. First kind of friendship, and then leads to that.
And then
Tell them about the movie.
oh yeah, of course,
know.
the movie's coming out. I mean, of course, people back in the day. Wait, not back in the day. A couple months ago, it was announced that Eleanor Park got is being made to a movie. I was trying to sound scientific and smart, but I can't. So like, Eleanor Park is going to be made into a movie, and I kind of like that it's gonna be turned into a movie, but at the same time, I'm kind of like what's gonna happen, and I hope.
Kind of iffy about the cast, right?
Yeah, the cast and like how Hollywood might change stuff. Well, of course, it's gonna be changed. It's not gonna be exactly like the book. But as far as the cast go, I know the perfect guy. I know the perfect guy to play Park. I'm not gonna say who, but yeah, she knows. And like for Eleanor, I just hope
She doesn't speak English. Okay, go.
Okay. Well, as for Eleanor, I just hope she's
Awesome.
stay true to like the character in the book. Like throughout the book, they reference that Eleanor is a big girl.
Girl. Someone's mad.
I'm not mad. It's just like throughout the book, it is referenced like she has that nickname, Big Red, Red because they're big, either because of her big hair or because she's big and she has red hair. Either way, I don't really know. Just in my head, as I picture it, it's just her. I just picture her like being chubby, with red hair.
I will recommend the book. Why? Because it's, I don't know, because it talks about like not only first love, but like how a friendship develops. Like all of a sudden you just start talking and that just builds up to friendship. I feel like kind of reminds me of her. We just started talking and then we just became friends.
We're not
really
together,
long time
though.
friends.
Just kidding.
Obviously not. But I guess
it's so weird. Like we can relate to that in a way
as
as like friendship. Like remember we were so awkward together. We just sit next to each other. We got in trouble at once.
Oh yeah, I don't remember this part.
It was like so what happened was like I was sitting outside alone, being the awkward me.
And her.
She comes out of the library with our other friend.
Elena, hi.
Let's see if we watch this.
You
She
never
comes
know.
out with our other friend Elena, and she just bought a book, Pictures of Hollywood.
I do not remember the book, but yeah.
Anyway, I was sitting there. She comes, and I guess she saw that I was like alone or something, so she comes to sit next to me.
Pepper.
And like she hands me the book, and I'm just like,
Who are you?
Yeah, who are you, and why are you giving this book? But like, I take the book and just flip through it because I was like, okay. So I just flipped through the book. I'm like, oh cool, and I handed it back to her, and then we just sat there. And I don't know what happened, what changed, but we just started talking, and then eventually we became friends.
Yeah, just one of you don't expect moments in the book. It just kind of happens. he did not want her to sit, and he tried to avoid eye contact.
Mhm.
But then eventually, I guess they looked at each other, and she was like, "Screw this! I need to sit down." The bus driver was like, "Find a seat." So he was right there, so she sat down, and he was.
Was it her who said screw this, or was it him who says screw this? Because I know he said the F word.
He did. He started it. He's like, "Just sit down, something like that."
So yeah.
Basically, it's friendship, and then they find their own love story, and then I feel like ended. And the ending is depends on you. The ending,
the ending
was acceptable.
It was open ended, so like they're both very young, and you'll never know what's gonna happen. She might write a second book. Here's hoping. And yeah, I like the ending. I like that, like, it's open ended.
It's like the question, like, did they not,
It's like, if it was meant to be,
I don't know.
If it was meant to be, they will be together, because they're both so young that you never know what's gonna happen, and they didn't kill each other,
and they didn't, right? And then it kind of reminded me. The book kind of reminded me of Romeo and Juliet, because he just went straight up and he said, "I love you." Spoiler. Who cares? Anyways, and then she was all like, I don't think she ever said it, but you could tell that, like, she didn't say it, but she had like, actions, right? She did her own little. I don't even know.
Because of her experience.
She showed her own ways.
Yeah, because of how her mom went through, what her mom went through, what she saw her mom go through. She doesn't want to put herself in that position, so that's why she has walls up that he was able to break down, but at the same time she still has those walls up. I'm slurring.
We're tired. It's hot. It's summer. Come on.
Yeah. Why did you turn off the fan?
I don't know. I think you just stopped. Was it me? Oh.
Next. I was kidding. Like the ending, right? That part right there, like, that part where before he goes and pee. Were they doing it, or weren't they?
Do you want to pee?
Because, like, you know how they stop at the end of the road, and like he was like,
I don't think they did, because you remember when they were debating the Romeo and Juliet. I think he was the one everything about love, and I feel like he's the kind that will like to wait, because for him, I feel like he's like a secret romantic in a way that he wants to wait and he's gonna wait. Yeah. And she's more into, like, I don't know, she's not negative, but she's like, I don't know, you never know,
Yeah.
So might as well get to it. You never know what's gonna happen in the future, And she's more into, like, it's stupid if we fall in love, or they're young and all this, so I don't think they did. I think eventually she respected him enough to not to do that, and I think he was like, he's like, wait, we're gonna see each other again, it's gonna happen, and then bam, they're gonna do it.
Yeah. So
I can't believe you mentioned that.
What? I wanted to know. I wanted to know if they what other people think, because like how it's like, how it's written and how the dialogue was.
Yeah, I
say no,
they
may
and
not.
You're more into yes.
Not perverted, but but like how it's. So like my battery totally died, so I think we said what we wanted to say.
So
I'm like,
I would recommend it.
Yeah,
I would recommend it.
That's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.